Hey guys, welcome back to Sister Sesh. We're back with another episode, and I'm back. I've been gone for a little minute, and I'm back now.
Yeah. So when you don't know what I told everybody, our listeners, do you? I tell everyone you're on a mental health break. You're figuring out some life, some shit. You're growing up and you're figuring out you.
Yeah.
That takes time, and you're going to be in and out of the pod while you might be part of some of these guests that we have.
Nah, I
I don't know
definitely
how
will
busy
be
your
a
life
part of
is.
some of them. Yeah, I will be like a little bit in and out, but I'll try to be here as much as
As possible.
as possible. Yeah, as much. Yeah,
Yeah. So we Yeah, this has been
life's
a
a little
crazy week. So
crazy
you
right
want to
now,
update
so
everyone what's been going on with you?
um.
That you feel
Well, my
shared
dad
to
wanted to
talk
kick
about.
me out for a little minute. Why?
Gotta speak
Because
up.
I said my dad wanted to kick me out for a little minute. Why? Because he's an old Mexican man.
Yeah, he's an
And if
old
you guys know
Mexican
anything
man.
about old Mexican dads, they're strict as hell. Can I
Yeah,
cuss on
like
this?
you can
Okay.
cuss. We've established that early on. She's
I'm
like, I
sorry.
don't
I
know.
forget. I be
I
forgetting.
I deliberately put these episodes as explicit because we cuss.
I do.
We're
I cuss a
high.
lot too. So,
Yeah, so we can get that going. Um, Totally different mindset. He gets pissed off on stupid shit though.
no, he definitely does. He definitely does. He'll get mad like my TV, because our apartment has like an 8 o'clock curfew. He'll get mad that my TV's a little loud after 8. Like it'll be like 8:03, and he'll text me, "God damn it! Didn't I tell you to turn off the fucking TV?" And I'm like, "Bro,
He acts like an old
I'm like,
man.
calm down. Like no one can hear it. Like, bro, it's not my fault. You got some big
Obviously,
ass
he can hear
ears.
it.
Like you just got some big ass ears. Close your door." Like, but he doesn't listen to me because, well, I'm me, and he thinks he's right, but I also think I'm right. So
Sometimes you both are wrong. Sometimes you both are right. Sometimes he's always wrong. You know what I love though is I can hear it from the other room, and I go, "Ay, what'd she do this time?" Because then your dad calls mom, thinking that he's gonna get the backup and the support, like as a heard and seen parent.
that part,
20 years later, they want to co-parent, and she said something fool you wrong.
I think it's so funny because me, I don't think mm, my dad was like there, but like mentally, emotionally, he was not there. So I dealt with shit
Well, yeah,
alone.
he's like
So
a man learning how to raise a girl.
yeah, so I feel like most of the time I see stuff from both sides, and I think most of the time I'm right because I can see where he's coming from. Like I can
Uh
sit
huh.
back and be like, he feels this way because of this, this, and this, but he
Yeah.
cannot sit down and be like, she feels like this because this, and this. No, it's she did this, so I can feel like this, but I did this, but she doesn't get to feel like that because I did it, and I'm her dad.
Mhm.
But I'm like, no, no, no,
But
no,
then
no,
he
no,
acts
sir.
to like too like he hasn't been around the block. He hasn't been a teenager. He has been someone young in their 20s, just going out with your
Exactly, and he
friends,
tries
hanging
to
out.
he tries to ask like seniors at his senior center for parenting advice. And I'm like, dude,
They're like
you should be
older than
asking
him,
their kids or something. Like, not them.
right?
Like, you not even in the same category. And it's just like, damn.
No,
And I painted my nails, guys. Look it.
I know.
They're a
I
little
saw
fucked up
that
right
when
now.
we were talking. I was like, "Oh my god, you painted your nails," and I was like,
Yeah, my homegirl
"That's
did it.
so feminine of you." People that don't know you, like you, just not. That's not your vibe. That's not your
I
this
am
isn't your
not a
thing.
feminine as person. I am very much a tomboy. Um, but I'm really feeling the nail polish though. I'm really liking it. So I think I might have to start painting my nails. But it also helps me not bite them because I'm a chronic
Does it
nail
taste
biter.
like caca? It's yeah,
Yeah,
same. It's been like
yeah. But
unheard
I
of.
do be picking at them. Um, they have little designs on them. That one's on my thumb and my homegirl doesn't know how to do designs. She's a dumb bitch. I'm just kidding. She's not a dumb bitch.
You know what though?
She's
I think for
right now.
like as a self care thing, as like a self-care thing, I think it would be great for you to kind of go get your nails done. Like even if they're
Oh,
not long
definitely.
and
I want to.
fierce, like to go get like, just something short and cute to start off with. That's what I had to do when I started doing. Now I like them long and like clawy. Well, so
Yeah.
I rarely get them done, but when I do, I'm like, I'm a bit.
No, I've
I
never
think I
got
went
mine
through
done,
that
but I
long
definitely want to
stage.
do them.
Oh yeah, highly recommend. Um, the husband and I, we go get pedicures once in a while. That's our like thing. He's like, I ain't fucked up about it, and he got his toes done, and he has to put the little clear, like gloss on his toenails.
No, I don't think I could get my toes done.
Yeah, you don't like people fucking with your feet.
I don't even like people seeing my feet. My feet are ugly. They're ugly. Like, fucking ugly. Anyway, so then, yeah. Yeah.
You really came on here unprepared, didn't you?
No, I know. See, I got a lot. See, so there's my dad, and
Did,
then, oh my
are we
gosh.
gonna talk about? Are we allowed to talk about the freak out that happened at 3 a.m.? Are we allowed to talk about that, or is
See,
that
I
off
don't know if
limits?
anyone's gonna see this, so I'm a little.
Nobody knows what you. Nobody cares. This is your space to do. If you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. That's all you gotta say.
Okay,
I'm
guys, my
comfortable
homegirl
with
has a
talking.
little. I think my homegirl has a little crush on me.
Hmm.
And it's concerning because that's my homegirl. That's my bitch. Can't do that. It's my homegirl. And yeah, see, cause she was throwing little hints, like for like a
And you're like
while,
low
like
key
little
like
subtle ones,
ignoring it.
like a little hot, like a
Uh,
little can't say that, or like oh gotta watch myself, and I'll be like huh, and
yeah.
then
Like so, she be slipping like mad hard.
no,
Like,
yeah, no, that's
eh,
what I'm saying. Like she knows, cause she would. I didn't get this. Everything like started clicking, cause before
mhm.
she'd be like, oh, like she'd be like, I can't say that, or like, oh, I have to watch what I say, or like, blah blah blah, or like, I act different around you, or blah blah blah, or blah 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 blah, and I'd be like, oh, like, okay,
Yeah, weirdo.
yeah, but now I'm like, I see.
So is it the fact that she's your friend, or is it the fact that you just don't know you?
The fact that she's my friend,
Oh,
that's
okay.
my
But if
homegirl,
she
that's my
wasn't,
bestie, that's
yeah,
my bestie,
okay.
that's my
So
homegirl.
if it was just somebody that you knew in your circle and you weren't that close with, would you entertain the idea?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Is that why you asked me the other night? You're like,
yeah.
am I? She's like,
Nah, come
hell.
on,
She's like,
you and mom already made a bet on it. Like, y'all already,
I knew
come
that
on
from
now.
the beginning of the jump. Okay, so what everyone's not insinuating, I am bisexual, even though I'm married. But Lisi's like, how do I know navigate? Learning about your sexuality is totally different, like and weird. Everyone learns about it differently. I think that you're about ready to blossom and go out and explore different types of relationships and learn things about you.
Nah, definitely.
So is Alicia does dating in the future?
I don't know about that. See, I'm very much not a dating person. I'm very much you have to come to me because, see, I'm not a dating person. Like, I don't like people. Like, I've never, it's just never been
As
like
for me, yeah,
it's just
I
because
like.
I have, like, there's people
Hmm.
where, like, they need a man or they need, and me, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I don't like, I don't really, I don't, I don't need it. I see, like, I don't, people be like, oh, I want to be loved, but I'm like, ew. Like,
you want to be loved, but you want it to be genuine. You don't want to go out and seek love. You want love
yeah,
to
yeah,
find.
I'm not a seeker. Like, I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
seek for
you're
that
not a
shit. Like,
chaser. You no,
I
like
will not
somebody's got to
chase
chase
you.
you.
Yeah,
You like to be
I love
chased.
to be, oh my God, I love to be chased. I love it. I am an attention whore. 100%.
Now I can see why
100%.
women fall for you because you're like,
No, definitely. I'm telling you, I am an attention whore, but I'm also not like, I'm not like openly like, I'm quietly an attention whore. I'm not like, oh,
yeah,
crazy, like, out there, like, blah blah blah, like, to where it's annoying. Like, I have
yeah.
a balance, and I think that's what people like, is that I have a balance where I can be calm and I can be crazy.
You can be calm and crazy and collective. Yeah, you can be that crazy bitch.
No, I
I'm
definitely
getting
feel
comfy.
definitely. If someone hurt my like, yeah, definitely.
Definitely hurt your
I
feelings.
could
But
no.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I go crazy when my feelings are hurt. I go crazy.
oh, definitely. Yeah, you call me the sensitive butterfly. You get butthurt so easily.
I do not get butthurt easily,
Yes,
but
you do.
when
You're like,
I get
you get
butthurt,
frustrated
I
easily
do get frustrated easily. I do. I bet. I very much do.
because you're like, hey, loving sister, can you help me with this problem? And then I'm like, I get too philosophical and like brainy about it, and then you're like, fuck you, I just wanted to know the
No,
answer.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know the answer.
You're
I'm trying
very
to
much.
research it for
You
you.
are very much a step by step person, and
Yes.
I'm very much a let's get to the end.
Let's
Let's get to the
cheat
end.
and
Let's get to the
cut
end.
to the chase.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And you're also more of a logical person, and I think I'm more of a emotional person. As much as I like to hide
Yeah,
my
I'm more
emotions,
logical in some
I am
senses.
I react on my like instantly. Like instantly. I can go from being mad from not being mad to being mad in like 0.2 seconds. Like I'm very
Yeah,
reactive, and I'm learning to chill on that though.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
You're fixing the inner parts of yourself that you just don't like. That
I
takes a
am.
lot of challenge,
I am noticing
dude.
them, and
Yeah.
I'm trying at least.
Well,
I'm
when you
trying.
look at yourself in the mirror, and you really think about, oh my God, when I started to work on the inner parts of myself that I didn't like and that I wanted to work on, I like literally had to do the exercise the therapist gave me, and they're like, look at yourself in the mirror and say all the negative things that you think of, like that just come to your mind when you look at yourself in the mirror. Say them out loud, and then write all the positive things, and the positive things stay on the mirror. Well, I realized I didn't like myself at all. I did not like myself at all. Could you do that? You'd be like, yeah, I'm a hot shit.
No, actually, maybe. I think I to an extent. I think when I'm by myself, hell yeah, I'm the baddest bitch ever.
But when you're with people,
But
you're
when I'm
like,
with people, I'm the ugly. I look like a troll, like automatically.
no, I think when we're together, it's more of you give up that bad bitch energy and you remind me too. You humble me.
Oh
You're like,
yeah. Oh no,
no,
no, no.
you
That
a bad bitch. Like you conquer the world. Like you've done things. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of do. Like it takes the first 2 days you're here. I'm so nervous that you're here. I'm like, does she need anything? And how do I keep her entertained? And then by day 3, I'm just like, fuck you guys.
yeah, yeah. Like you'd be like, oh, my house. Like what? I didn't do this, and I'm like, girl, I don't give a fuck. Like the fuck.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I've
no,
learned.
I'm very much more myself when I'm out there. Very much so. I'm very much
I like
more.
when you're out here
I'm
and
very
you're
much more.
yourself.
I feel myself way more when I'm out there too. I feel like such a bad bitch. I think it's cause. I think it's cause over there, because LA and Arkansas totally different in like
Yeah,
demographic, like
and
it's
people
it's
here are much nicer and kinder, but if they don't fucking like you, they'll let you know, like, I don't like you.
yeah.
As for like you kind of have to play. Yeah, it took me a minute too, because when I first moved here, I had this lady I worked with, and she was just like so sweet and so kind to me, and she would always try to help me out. And you know me, I don't like to anybody to help me for shit because I'm Miss Independent and like to self sabotage. But on that note, I was like, why are you all up in my shit? Like, why are you nitpicking at the way I do my job? Why are you trying to help me? Like, and she goes, that's just the way people are out here. And I go, well, where I'm from in California, that's you want something. You're trying to
Hmm.
like push me down for you to get ahead. It comes across fake and like insincere. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Oh
Like, I
my
literally
god.
told her that.
Yeah,
And then
100%.
when
I
it was
always be.
here,
Go ahead.
what? Go,
Go ahead. Over there,
go
what?
ahead.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
over there, where you're at, you have to kind of play this fucking mind game, this chess.
No, you definitely do. You definitely have to be like, you can't take what people say at the word at their word. You know, you kind of have to think of the meaning behind what they're saying because they're not gonna say like what they're saying for real. You know,
Yeah.
there's
So
always something behind what. Yeah, 100%,
it's a mind game. It's a mind
hundred
game. Do you
percent.
like the Southern hospitality out here, though?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Shout out those. You know what? Let's take a little throwback, y'all. I
Throwback.
never had. You know when I had the best Southern hospitality ever? When I went to
What?
jail. When 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 when
Oh yeah,
when
nobody knows what
the
happened. Okay,
cop.
so long story short, it's 4th of July weekend, and at least you
No,
came
it
down,
wasn't. It
and
was
we were
Christmas.
great.
It was Christmas.
Oh, it was Christmas, even
It
worse.
was
It
it
was
was 2 days.
Christmas.
It was 2 days after Christmas. I was supposed to go home the next day.
Yes.
And
Okay,
and
so you
and
tell
and my
it.
mom
Whatever.
decided, I never got the chance to do stuff with my mother. So sometimes I like to drink with her. And I told her,
They got
"Mom, let's."
stage drunk.
I was like, "Mom, let's get drunk." And she says, "I'm down." So then we start we start taking shots, we start chasing them with alcohol, we start, start chasing them
Mind
with
you guys, you had
beer.
the baby too.
You had the baby
Oh, I
because you
had
were
the
getting
baby.
drunk.
Yeah.
I have videos of you
Yeah,
with
I
the
had.
baby.
Yeah, I
And
had the baby.
then so then we're done drinking or whatever, and we go to the room, and someone had called me. A whole situation had happened with me and my friend, and her boyfriend had
It
called me.
got you heated and got you
It
worked
got me
up. Then
really
you and mom
mad,
got
and
into a
I
fight.
started yelling at my mom, and we started getting into it, and I had said something that really irked
Ticked her
her
up. It was
button.
so triggering. It
It
was triggering.
triggered the fuck out of mom.
Cause
And
all I hear is her rapping on my door, crying, sobbing her fucking eyes out,
you came
and
to us. You guys came to us. What are you talking
oh
about?
yeah, I heard you
We were
guys. Yeah,
screaming. We were screaming.
yeah.
We were all up in each other's faces. We were like this. We were literally like this close, like right in each other's faces. And we're like, I was like, fuck you, like blah, 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 blah. And then Kathy comes in and she's like, what the fuck are you guys yelling at? Like, shut up, like the baby, like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nah, like, you know what? Like, whatever. Like, I'm leaving. And then Kathy is standing in the doorway and she's like, what's going on? I was like, Kathy, leave me alone. And she's like, what's going on? I was like, Kathy, leave me alone. And she was like, and she wasn't leaving me alone. So I pushed her. I pushed her because she wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And
Which
as I'm
then
walking,
sent me into this frenzy of like, oh hell no, this is my motherfucking house.
yeah. So then I got her pissed, but in my defense, I gave you like 3 warnings
Yeah,
to
you
move.
did, but
I,
knowing me, I was just trying to figure out why the fuck is everyone up at 3 o'clock in the morning yelling and
yeah,
fucking
nah,
screaming.
I was
I
heated.
just had finished doing what I was doing, and I heard people fucking screaming their head off.
Yeah, and I
So
remember you had said something. Oh, you had took mom's. I remember. We got in an argument. The thing I said that triggered was about you and mom did, and I was like, so I was practically defending you, and then you come in on some bullshit, and you was taking mom's side, and I was like, you're taking mom's side when I was defending you. What the fuck? And then at that point, my feelings were hurt. My feelings were so hurt.
yeah, we
I
all
was
hurt each
so
other's
hurt.
feelings that night.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, fine. And I had a jacket in my hand. I had this jacket actually. Threw it in my mom's face. I threw it in my mom's face. I said, fine, fuck you guys. And I walked out. And then I was walking on the side of the road, banging on
Oh, my
houses.
husband went right after. He goes, "You stay
My
here with the
phone was
baby."
dead.
And
I
she's
threw
like,
my
"You stay here
phone.
with the baby."
It was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I threw my phone. It's dark. Keep in mind, it's dark as hell. My black phone. It's a black phone. Throw it in the fucking grass. And then I'm like, you fucking
Because
dumbass.
there's no streetlights out here.
Yeah.
It's just
And then I had
fucking
to go
walking down
looking.
a woods. So it's just so fun. It was funny. From what I heard from my husband was he was chasing you down, telling you to get in the car. You're telling him to fuck off. You knock on the neighbor's door, and you know the thing about my dude. He will let you just humiliate yourself and sit there and watch. I guess so. I don't
No,
know
he
what travel you
definitely
got to.
will. Like, he didn't even get out the car or nothing. The cops were right there. He couldn't get out the car and be like, Alicia, shut the fuck up. Like, like he could have do something. I was like, damn. And okay, so back, and then So then, yeah, I knock on this guy's house, and he calls the police, and then the police come, and the first officer, he was so nice. He's like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'm talking, having a good conversation with this officer. And then here comes this other officer, and he's being all rude and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. You're
Yeah.
rude. And I was like, I only want to talk to this one. And he kept adding into my
You got
conversation.
butthurt?
Yeah, he got butthurt, and
because you
he's
want,
like,
want to talk to the other cop?
yeah, and
Like,
he kept getting into my other conversation with the other officer, and I was like, dude, like, you're an asshole. I told him shit like that. I was like, you're an asshole. Like, I don't want to
yeah,
talk to you.
that's what Willie kept
And he was
telling
like,
me.
what did you just call me? And I was like, an asshole. And he was like, yeah, you're going to jail. And I was like, oh. And he was like, put your hands behind your back. So I took off my backpack. I put my hands behind my back, and he was like, you gonna call me it again? I was like, yeah, you're an asshole. He put the cuffs on, and I was like, well, stop being an asshole, and I won't call you an asshole. Like, I told you I didn't want to talk to you. I told you I only wanted to talk to this officer because he was being nice. He was being friendly. You came up all rude. Like, what? How was that? Like, what? So then the officer that handcuffed me, the asshole, he didn't even take me in his car. He gave me to the nice officer, and the
The
nice
nice
officer
officer.
sat me in the front seat. I sat in the front seat, and he was like, oh, like, what happened? And I'm telling him, like, my people hurt my feelings. I was telling everyone.
You were
I was
giving
like,
him all the tea. You
yeah,
were giving the
I
nice
was.
cop all the tea.
Yeah, I was. And then
Mind you, I'm at the house. I'm freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh, do I call her dad? Do I do what? So I sat there pacing back and forth, and Willie wouldn't answer his phone because he was like, I'm busy right now. We're doing with your fucking sister. He comes back, and then I was like, where the fuck is my sister? And he's like, oh, they took her to jail. You need to call the police station. So I call the fucking police station, and I talk to whoever answered, like, one of the jails. I was like, oh, I'm trying to figure out for my sister. And I think like the police like chief or captain opened. He's like, I was like, you have my sister, and is there any way I can come and pick her up? He goes, oh, is she the one that's been calling my officers an asshole? She's been doing that
yes.
this whole time, this holding tank. You could pick her up tomorrow. You gotta go all the way to
No,
the
but
county jail. I was
see,
like,
I was not. See, once I got into the nice officer car, he told me like, hey, like, you should probably chill out. And I was like, okay, I'll chill. So then they took me into this tank, right? First of
yeah,
all,
the drunk tank.
comfortable ass bed. It had a comfortable ass bed for a fucking jail.
So you think about it. Okay, but think about it. All
Let
the
me tell
times
you.
jail stories that we've heard for your first time getting arrested. Good thing you got locked up in Central Arkansas.
I don't know because no, let me finish my story. So the first bed was real comfy. It had a blanket, it had a pillow, it had a
Ooh,
window, right? So then
that's a
they're like,
nice
oh
drunk tank.
yeah, they're like,
Sleep it off.
take off your jewelry, take off your socks, like take off everything. So I taken off, and then the asshole cop reminder, I had just got my like toenail removed, so I only had like a
Oh
little
yeah.
piece of my toenail. I only had a little piece of my toenail, and he was like, "Will, what the hell's on your foot?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like. So then he started getting on me about my toe, and I was like, "You're already an
He's
asshole.
cutting you
You're
on
being
your
an
fucking
asshole even
ugly
more."
half hung toe.
Yeah. So then he asked us for my necklace, right? He asked for my rosary that I always wear.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you want my rosary? I took it off my naked. I threw it. And I said, go get it then. And you know what he did?
Alicia,
He picked it up. He picked it up.
you're such a bitch.
He fucking picked it up. So
Oh my god.
I'm like laying in the drunk tank, like about to go to sleep, right? And all I hear is, come on, you're gonna get transferred. And I was like, transferred? I was like, fuck.
Fuck.
So
Now you're
then
in deep shit.
so then I get this new cop. I get this new officer, and he is so nice. He is so nice. He was like, oh my God, like, you look so young, like, what happened? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man,
Yeah, he's all
my
concerned.
family hurt my feelings. Like, I was just trying to go home, like, blah, 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 blah. And he was just like talking to me. He was like, oh, like, that's, he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, we were just having on the whole ride to this other jail. Maybe, it was like a 25-minute ride. We was just
Yeah, you went
talking.
all the way to the
We was
next
just
major town. What
talking
is
and
it?
shit. And then they go to put me in, they go to like book me or whatever. And so then there's new officers, and the new officers are so nice too. They're so fucking nice. And I'm like, why couldn't the asshole cop just be nice and I wouldn't be here?
Right?
So then I went to this new tank that is literally just a cement block.
Yeah, that's what a real drunk tank is.
Yeah,
Because I've
in a
been in
fucking
those races, the
toilet,
fucking cement and those
and
metal
so I kept waking
benches.
up, and I was really fucking thirsty. I was so fucking thirsty, and I was in like a separate, like, no, I was in like an area where like no one went. So I was like,
Yeah.
so I had to get their attention. So I started banging on the walls, hitting my head on the fucking
Boom, boom,
boom.
boom.
I had a big
You
ass
acted
headache
all fucking
yesterday.
psychotic. You're lucky they didn't put you on a 5150 and put you in the
No,
mental
on God,
hospital.
I was like banging my shit, like banging it, and then finally someone came. So finally someone came and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Can I get like a water,
What?
Misty? A water or something?"
I'm
Like,
acting all fucking crazy in this tank and I
I
just
was like,
want to
"I'm a
drink a
little
water.
thirsty," and she brought me a cup and she was like, there you go." And I was like, "Good enough." So I drank some water, went right back to
Good
that
enough.
solid ass fucking cement block, and called it a day.
Yeah, I
And then
debated
and
on
then the
my end.
next morning they come, they're like, "Okay, you come in." And I think I'm the shit. I think what just happened is funny as fuck. I think like, damn, I
I'm
really just got.
sitting there. I'm sitting there on the bench, and I go up and I'm like, I'm here to, all sad and like polite. I'm here to pick up my sister. Oh, who's that? I give them your name, and they're like, oh, I'm glad someone's here to release her because they weren't gonna release you because technically in our state you were still a minor.
I was a minor.
Yeah, you're a minor.
I
You were
was a
17,
minor.
and I was like, fuck.
No, I was
Oh yeah, you're
no, I was
18,
18.
but
I was 18. But yeah, that she was. Yeah, yeah.
I
And
was
then
freaking
I
out.
come
I
out.
had to call your dad. He
No,
cussed
yeah,
me
I
the
was
fuck
so
out.
mad. I was so mad at you because I
I
told you.
had to because
No, no, no,
he
no,
was
no.
gonna pick you
Because
up. I can miss
I
your
always told
flight.
my dad. I always told my dad, if I get caught, I will never call you. Never will
Oh,
I call you. So, and so I'm walking out this tank. Right, I'm walking out this little area. I'm like, damn, like that. No way that just happened. Like I'm
you
like
laughed your whole
smiling.
way
I'm
out
like
of
smiling,
jail.
like fuck, like like a damn. And I see Kathy, and she's all like, she look a little mad, and I'm like smiling, and I'm like, damn, like, right? And she goes, "I called your dad." I was like, "Oh, you're a bitch." I was like, "You're a bitch. I don't want
She's
to
like,
talk to you."
you
I was
bitch.
like, "You're a
Fuck
bitch. I don't
you.
want to talk to you. How the fuck could you do that?" I was
Didn't
like,
talk to me for like a day.
"Yeah, I didn't
Once I
talk to
got to
her."
the
So
house.
then we get in the car, and
Her mom are like vibing and my husband's like, all right, let's just go. Let's get your ass home.
yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Um, she's like, she tries to give me the phone so I can talk to my dad. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that right now. And I get
Yeah, I don't
home.
want to do that.
I get home, and my mom is asleep in her room, in her bed. I go, "Hey,
Chilling.
bitch, you got me arrested." And she goes, "When did
No,
that
I
happen?"
didn't.
I was like, "Last night." Like, what? And she was like, I don't remember that. I was wondering where you were. Like,
I was
you ain't go
right.
check? Like, you didn't go check? What do you mean? Like, you just
Mhm.
wondered?
No, she knew because I woke her up and told her, "Hey, here's the baby. You get up, sober the fuck up. You know, I gotta go get Alicia."
Yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. At least I have a good story, though. I mean,
At least you had a good first time to jail story. Mine was fucking
yeah, they were
stupid.
nice. I
Well,
like them.
no. I remember I got a curfew charge and I was out and I had drugs on me. So,
Ah,
oh
is that when they
fucking
pulled up to
yes,
mom's house? I
yes.
remember that. I was small. I was small, and there was
They're all
it was two people at the door. It was my mom and her husband. They were standing right next to each other. There was little space in between them. This is so vivid. I just remember going,
core memories
sneaking. I was sneaking because I was like, who the fuck's knocking on the door? So I was being real sneaky. I went
at
right in
like 2
between them,
a.m.
and all I see is two cops and Kathy in the middle. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So I learned this little trick of the trade. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put. I had what I had. So I had what I had, and I had it in my jacket sleeve, and I was like, oh fuck. Mind you, it was so stupid. We should have just waited for the crosswalk. 2 inches from the crosswalk, we jaywalked. There was a cop. Oh,
They pull you over for jaywalking? What the hell?
yes, and because we're kids, we're out after curfew, right? I was with these
Mm.
guys. And they hand me the shit, I put it in there, and I go to wrap as the cops pulling up with the lights, I'm gonna go to wrap my hair up, trying to put it in like a mess of my mind. My hair was like really long down in my butt. So I was trying to wrap my fucking all the baggie into my bun. Gotten away with it before in the past. Why is this the one fucking time I get pulled over by a female cop?
Aha.
I get pulled over by a female because most of the time when they're men, they can't search me. They gotta find a female.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta call female for backup to search you majority of the time. So as she saw me put my fucking hair up, and she's like, "Shake your hair out," and I was like, "No." She's like, "You either go to jail now or you shake your hair out." I was like, "Oh fuck." So I shook my fucking hair out onto the hood of the fucking car. Sure enough, oh, there goes what I had on drugs. I was like, "Oh fuck." She wrote me, she goes, "Where do you live?" And I said, mind you, that was where we lived, where all the shopping centers were. I got to that gas station. So you pass the McDonald's, there's our house, right? So I was like, "Oh, past the McDonald's and those apartments?" And she's like, "I'm gonna take your ass home." And I was like, fuck. She goes, "Either you want a ticket and I take you home, or I book you now and we go to jail." And I was like, "I'm gonna go home." Mind you, I called my grandpa and I was like, grandpa's like, "You can't come here. You can't come here." I was like, "You gotta go home to your mom." So I go with my mom. Lo and behold, my own side of the story is she was loaded as fuck. She was
Having
high
a
as
little
kite
dance party.
at 2:00 in the morning with her husband, and I pull up with the cops. That was the one rule. Mom only had 3 rules ever. It was don't come home pregnant, don't bring cops to my house, and don't be having sex in my house. So, yeah, I broke all 3 rules.
She said I broke all 3.
Not at the same time, but in different like instances, I broke all 3 rules. So
That's
it happened.
Yeah. Those are our story. Those are our jailbird stories.
Yeah. You would think we would cover this in episode 2, but we got too hyped up on anything else.
Yeah. That's just crazy. It's crazy. We gotta get Mom on here. Tell her have her
asked her. Oh my god! I asked Mom to be on the pod for like a spotlight episode. She told me no. She told me no because she said this is our safe space to say whatever the fuck we want, and she's not going to invade that safe space. She respects us too much. Like, would you even listen to the podcast? No, I don't even know where to find it. And I was like, Mother. No, I think it would have an interesting.
It definitely would. I'll convince her.
Convince her? Yeah.
I'll do it. Is the end of our episode, guys. This episode was just our jailbird stories. We will catch you next week on Sister Sesh. Bye.
Bye.